Wanda, I know we can't stay like this. But before I go,
No.
I feel I must know.
You gotta die?
Stop it.
MT, don't do this right now.
I wanna cover my
Are the piece of the Mind Stone that lives in me.
Oh. He's like, cool.
You are a
Also a
body
popsicle.
of wires and blood and bone.
Every time I rewatch this,
You are my sadness
You are my sadness.
and my hope.
Oh.
You're my
But
everything.
mostly you're my love.
Oh.
Also the most expensive vibrator in the world.
MT, stop it!
Why do you have to ruin everything? Why do you gotta ruin everything? This is a good moment that ruins.
This is a wholesome moment. You ranked WandaVision #1. How can you do this?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did.
you ranked
I'm
WandaVision
sorry.
number
I just
one.
played too many games.
Oh. Oh.
I have been a voice with no body. A body but not human, and now
This is a moment. This is the moment where I was like, okay, Vision does have a soul.
made real.
I've been a real jerk toward Vision until now, and now I know.
Who knows
Yeah,
why?
what will you be next? What will you be next? Whose consciousness will you be in? Who will you be inside of Vision? And can it be me?
Can it be me?
Will it be me?
Get that turtleneck in me.
All the way in.
Ooh.
This is how we're starting today with Vision balls deep in me. I'm sorry.
Damn, girl.
Welcome back to New Rockstars. The Scarlet Witch may return to reunite with Vision and Vision Quest. Working title. A new series confirmed to be in development at Marvel Studios alongside Wonder Man. Breaking news as of this taping, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II coming in as Simon Williams, a character who has connections with this whole White Vision era in the West Coast Avengers and comics. But isn't Wanda dead in the MCU? And isn't WandaVision arguably different soul than the What is Grief Vision we knew in WandaVision? Maybe, maybe not. Not exactly the WandaVision Scarlet Vision that we knew. But he is a different guy, though. Some of the same ships of Theseus planks that are shared there. I guess it is even fair to call coding a soul. Well, this synthezoid hopes so, because otherwise there's nothing ticking in here. It's been almost 2 years, but let's dust off the OG Inside Marvel sign in and ask ourselves, Wanda the...
So
Nailed it.
haven't said that in a minute.
So
I haven't said
good
the F
to
word in a minute.
Say
You
it
know what
again.
I'm saying? I gave it up for Lamp.
This is Inside Marvel. It's New Rockstars' weekly Marvel reaction show talking about all the biggest news in Marvel. I'm Erik Voss. With me today is Jessica Clemons and MT. Welcome back, my friends.
Hey, love to be back. I missed you guys last
dressed as White Vision.
Yes, you
week. You
are.
are dressed as White Vision. Oh my goodness.
And you look amazing. It's Halloween today when we are recording this show, but I guess it's November 2nd or 3rd when you're watching it, and Jess is just All Saints Day celebration of White Vision and the soul that he does have.
I don't have a soul. We both don't have a soul.
I don't have a soul. Let's, for the record, I do not have a soul. Just kidding now.
Not since I sacrificed mine to Mephisto. I don't have a soul. But I hope to regain it. I wanted to open with that clip from that WandaVision finale, not just because it's one of my favorite all-time MCU moments or because we really need a good morning cry, but because I think it's just the best possible example of what we have to look forward to in this Vision Quest show. You know, I don't think any relationship in Phase 4 was nearly as powerful or as inspiring or as hopeful as the one between Wanda and Vision. I think we all need more of it. We need to see at least one side of this relationship try to find the other. So I think we need to talk about why Phase 5 needs Vision Quest, and then a little later in the show, we're going to dig deeper into this Simon Williams, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II news, because I think he's going to be amazing in the MCU. And I really, really hope that they do tie it in at least a little bit with White Vision, because I think there is a way to bring those together. Not that they need to, but...
Is Yahya Watchman? Is this the
yes.
Dr. Manhattan?
This is Dr. Manhattan,
my
Yahya.
God.
This is
He's
Black
gonna be
Manta,
playing-
Yahya.
Woo! Woo!
MCU has too many beautiful black men, making me jealous. I don't like it. Too many handsome black men.
Bring
I
up,
can't
take him
compete.
away! Yaya is so beautiful. And he's honestly, his track record as a hero in superhero movies, he's, to me, is the one that's been non-affected. And when I say non-affected, like, we always are like, oh yeah, remember when Chris Evans did the Human Torch? Like, I don't think too many people have like been like bringing up his other roles as much. So I'm really happy to see him get into this, and it'll be a different role for him to take on.
Yo, him as Black Manta was probably one of my favorite parts of Aquaman. Like, he was a fantastic Black Manta.
He's just going to take a little piece of every franchise, and he can. Yes, easily. Because he did great in Watchmen. Oh my God. In Watchmen.
Freaking great.
Phenomenal.
In Watchmen. And you know, you got to imagine, we're going to have a scene at some point in the next few years where Yahya Abdul-Mateen is talking to Jonathan Majors. And those two Ivy League trained actors who got some heat for calling this clown work. It's not clown work. Clown work's hard, my friends. Clown work requires a lot of discipline.
I've been doing it my whole life.
And, you know, all the internet is like, it's not clown work. It's a compliment to call something clown work, in my opinion, and it's because these two actors know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, and they're gonna blow our freaking minds.
We might get into it, but won't his character in Watchmen as Dr. Manhattan kind of align with White Vision very well?
Yes, it does.
It'll be the same kind of person, and I will love this. I will sow this. I'll get into it. Okay. Go on.
Let's start by breaking down this Deadline report from last week about this Vision Quest. So it reports that a second WandaVision spinoff series focusing on Paul Bettany's Vision is in the works at Marvel Studios for Disney+. Sources tell Deadline, titled Vision Quest. The potential series, which is opening a writer's room next week, will be about the Vision, Bettany, trying to regain his memory and humanity, I hear. And I hear is just this common thing that you see in Deadline articles written by, what's her name? Like, she's always just like, I hear from my sources. They whispered into my ear, I'm Rita Skeeter, and little bugs like to tell me the little inside dealings at the studio lots. Little rumors, my little birds fly into my window and they whisper their secrets to I hear them. I just think it's such a weird editorial choice that they do at Deadline, and it doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry to act that out. I'm in a weird giddy mood this morning.
Halloween.
The article goes on to say, while the focus is on Vision, word is there a possibility for Wanda Maximoff, Elizabeth Olsen, to appear, which would make sense given how interconnected the two characters' stories are in the MCU. Yeah, says someone who clearly just watched the MCU once in their lives. But anyway, like the other WandaVision spinoff, the greenlighted series Agatha House of Harkness, headlined by Catherine Hahn, Vision Quest is overseen by WandaVision creator, writer, and executive producer Jack Schaefer. I hear. Reps from Marvel Studios and Bettany declined to comment. The new spinoff is being unofficially referred to by some as the White Vision Project after the most recent on-screen version of the character. Now, a quick reminder of that character, where we left Vision, or Scarlet Vision and White Vision. In the WandaVision finale, Vision engaged White Vision in the Ship of Theseus debate. So, you know, when a ship is rebuilt using the same planks as before, which is a true Ship of Theseus? White Vision acknowledged the paradox, but Vision tells him, quote, perhaps the rot is the memories. The wear and tear are the voyages, the wood touched by Theseus himself. And I just want to ask you guys, do you ever feel like your memories are just rot?
Now more than ever, Eric. Now more than ever. Now that I've hit
Eric,
30, I can't remember anything. Literally anything. I forgot how my own name is spelled. It's only 2 letters. It's pretty bad.
It's 2 letters. Both of you. Should we unbox this? Should we stop what we're doing right now and talk about this?
Just ask the question that needs to show up in the Chiron. Just, what's going on?
What is going on?
It's a valid question.
What's happening, dude? Are you okay?
I'm fine. White Vision responds, I have not retained memories, but Scarlet Vision says, but you do have the data. It is merely being kept from you. And then White Vision says, a weapon to be more easily controlled, but certainly you are the true Vision because you believe yourself to be. And Scarlet Vision says, well, that was once a case, but upon meeting you, I've been disabused of that notion. As a carbon-based synthezoid, your memory storage is not so easily wiped. May I? And then Vision gives a little tap to that gem on White Vision's head, and montage shows that White Vision's memories are being restored. He has all the information that was there right up until the moment of his death, and he goes, I am Vision. And then he flies off again! He blasts off through the skylight. That's the last we see of him. Scarlet Vision was left behind in Westview and faded when Wanda dropped the hex. White Vision, though, is still at large. He's fully possessing his memories up through the moment of his death in Wakanda, but probably not any of the sitcom events that happened in Westview prior to Sword activating him. However, we should note that since what is Grief If Not Love Persevering happened around the time of Civil War. White Vision is the same Vision who has that memory of telling Wanda that. So a lot of the core aspects of Vision that we know of, that we love about him, White Vision has. Recently, Kevin Feige hinted to Variety that Wanda Maximoff might have survived Multiverse of Madness. He said, I don't know that we saw her under rubble. We saw a tower coming down and a little red flash. I don't know what that means. And I'm just taking a note from the Variety interview. They said like kind of an upward tone is the way he's an uptone. So I was just taking the acting note from them. I'm not making fun of the way he talks. I love that.
You made him sound like Jerry Seinfeld. It's like, hey, what's going on?
She didn't die. She's just adorable. I'm sorry. So it sounds to me like Vision Quest is going to be a season 2 of WandaVision. More specifically, a kind of reboot of season 1. Instead of Wanda creating a synthetic reality to recreate Vision, I think we're going to see Vision on a quest to digitally manifest his love in an inner reality where he can be with Wanda again. I'm picturing this Wall-E scenario, this robot who's just forever locked in, forever devoted to Eve, to his Eve. You know, White Vision is going to circle the globe without end, searching for Wanda. He's going to dig up the rubble, find her not there. I think Wanda's going to stay dead for now in 616. Maybe she'll return in Secret Wars. I think everyone's going to return on that show. But White Vision, with no ability to travel the multiverse, is going to try to rebuild her in his mind palace. To, he's going to give her the voice of a digital consciousness that's made up of his memories, the rot of her that only he can see. You know, like in Truman Show, how Truman's like tearing up magazines to like assemble the face of the woman who was taken from him. That kind of little tragic moment. I think that's what White Vision, that's going to be the quest he's on. I think the consciousness that he sees of Wanda is going to appear to him kind of like an imaginary girlfriend who tells him to let go of his quest and move on and focus on his present needs. The present needs maybe being a father figure to Billy and Tommy. Maybe we'll project forward into a possible future. White Vision just sitting on the rubble of Earth thousands of years in the future, still waiting for his love to come home in the plot of turf that he bought for her in Westview, New Jersey. But only the outline of that house is left as the rest of the world's completely eroded around him. He's waiting for Wanda forever, but he's going to wake up from that future to the present crisis to help Billy and some Avengers level threat to set up the Young Avengers. That's what I hope this is. But I want to hear from you two. What do you think? What do you want to see from Vision in Vision Quest?
I like in the storyline in the comics where he basically got he was like constructed by Wonder Man or had the same whatever brain as Wonder Man. But I like that storyline is maybe being switched for Wanda by proxy, gave White Vision his new brain because he got his like I am Vision from our WandaVision vision. So it's like by proxy you just got it directly and now maybe you have the brainwaves of Wanda. So I like the idea that him showing up is him showing up to like correct Wanda for what she did. I know in the comics there was like a part where Vision, before he turned into like White Vision, where he kind of went crazy and like tried to destroy the planet. So maybe Wanda, after what happened in Multiverse of Madness, he hears about and he's like, I need to correct this wrong figure. But he also still has the like, I love her still. So I kind of want that to be kind of settled out. I know Wonder Man's coming. It seems like we need to kind of put him in there, but I also just want this to be, I need a conclusion. I don't think we still got the conclusion after WandaVision. I think now with White Vision having a little bit of Wanda, we now have opened another door. So I need a conclusion to that. If that makes sense.
I agree.
No, I get that. I like both of your ideas, especially like, this idea of Vision sort of like reconstructing like a digital palace in his mind of like doing like a reverse like digital WandaVision. I think that'd be really fun. But like, I honestly think that Vision Quest is going to be, or rather should be, just like Vision finding himself. Like, cause like up until this point in the MCU, this is like, he's been basically under somebody's watch or under like, he hasn't been his own person. He was working with the Avengers and like, he was sort of like, they were keeping tabs on him because like the whole Age of Ultron thing happened. Understandably, he was like created by Ultron. So like, they're like, this is like a super weapon that we have to keep tabs on at all times. But now that he's like out of like MIA, out of Sword's watch and like out of the Avengers watch, this is the first time Vision has been free and his own person. And I think that Vision Quest could be just Vision just like, all right, who am I? Like he had that whole freak out with seeing himself in the library. He's like, all right, I still don't really, I know that I am Vision, but like, what does that mean? And I think that Vision Quest is probably like, all right, here's me trying to find who I am in this world and like, what is my personality? What do I actually want? And like maybe like this new version of Vision doesn't like Wanda. Like, this is this could be a completely new being. And he's just like, you know what? Like, the old Vision would have liked you, but like me now with these new experiences and this new, like, maybe like with his sword programming, sort of like giving him this predisposition to like want to like kill Wanda or like want to like not like Wanda. He's just like, you know what? I'm just doing my own thing, which is why I didn't show up Multiverse of Madness. Who cares? I'm a deadbeat dad. So yeah, I don't know. That's just my.
Did you read Tom King's Vision story where he's a robot and he has a robotic family?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the Vision.
Because,
that was
yeah,
great.
The Vision. Do you want it like that, where he's like trying so hard to be human?
I've wanted them to adapt that run specifically because I love Vision a lot. His daughter in that run, like that gets introduced in that run.
She's cool.
She's in the Champions, and like she's a prominent figure in Marvel now. But yeah, no, I think that'd be great. I would love that so much.
That would be insane if Vision Quest turned into that, like, he creates a different robot family. Wanda finds them and is just like, we were supposed to be a family one day.
I think this is a great idea. Like, when we went into WandaVision, we thought WandaVision was gonna be more of that Tom King run, and they only just brought in little elements like Sparky the dog and things like that. But what if we truly got the Tom King version of that, and he's making synthezoid versions of Wanda and Billy and Tommy, and instead that's how we get like Viv and the rest of them, and it's like kind of freaky and dark a little bit. But it's almost like a replay, but it's specifically that title. And that's how we get in, the whole synthezoid family gets introduced.
When I do this, it means like all together. I agree. Not me telling you to shut up. I realize when you're talking, it looks like I'm telling you to be quiet. But I'm like, no, as a whole together. I love the idea of how dark that could be and come off of him being like, no, I'm actively trying to be good. Like, I made a family of robots and we live in this suburb house and we're being weird. And everyone's like, you're a runaway robot that belongs to the government. You shouldn't be here. Like, that storyline could go so well, but I don't know if they're going to try doing, like, because WandaVision did such a good job of being creepy and really dark and being like a family-friendly program that would kind of mimic what we'd want a Vision Quest. So I think Vision Quest might go a different route, but I would love that. I would eat that up in a heartbeat. And also making, I guess, 8 episodes of that seems a little harder than, and a lot of plot holes of like, what is he? What's going on? Like, there's so much to White Vision, especially from the comic books, that it's like, which I don't think they can even address because they kind of did it all in WandaVision to address White Vision from the comic books, like his storyline, except for when he got captured or something. Sorry, I'm now going off of like, how could the comics correlate with his Vision Quest?
What if, here's a pitch, like, what if in the rubble of Avenger, I just like the idea of White Vision sifting through rubble. I would like a full episode of that, please. You know, just see what he finds. Like, you know, kind of a Storage Wars kind of deal. But what if he finds in the rubble of Avengers compound Wanda's old movie box of DVDs that she watched, Malcolm in the Middle, and we can get a continuation of what we saw in WandaVision in that first season. And like Vision, each episode kind of has like a different sitcom. All the other things that weren't addressed in WandaVision, we see Vision trying to recreate it in his own way because he can like create his own weird little reality. He made a cape appear from him. Like, can't he just like project things into existence in his own that are connected to him in a weird way? I feel like we could see him do that and all the other sitcoms we didn't get to, like Sister Sister or That's So Raven. I want to see those.
What happened with That's So Raven?
Vision.
That's So Vision.
It's my vision, I can see. It's so mysterious to me.
He's like, I don't have a wife or kid. Instead of, yep, that's me, I ain't got a wife or kid. So, do you think, going off that, there was a piece in the comic where he felt bad that he emotionally just wasn't there for Wanda and was like, he literally was like, F them kids, because these kids aren't mine. They're not my kids. They're the other Vision's kids. So
Right.
Do you think this Vision Quest could be him in search of finding like the emotion? Because I don't think he got fully, when he touched Vision, I don't think he fully got everything. He's a big complex cyborg, so it's probably
Right.
like, I'm missing a giant portion of what could make me relate to people, and I'm always gonna look for that. So do you think it could be him just searching for what makes him whole, and maybe the government is like, we need to bring this thing back. This is ours. We created it.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point, considering that, like, this Vision is like a new person. Like you could have somebody's memories. Like memories are just data, but like it's you yourself experiencing those memories is what makes you a person. Like what gives you your personality. And that's a really good point. Like he doesn't have a personality yet because he was just this robot. He was just like a Terminator, like kill this person. All right. Now he has these Vision's memories of like the Scarlet Witch and like his being sort of like a fake robot human person. And he's just like, all right, what does that mean for me? Like, how do I move forward? Like, who am I? And I think that like we're going to see a different side to Vision that we hadn't seen in the original Vision. We're probably going to see a more probably a more angrier side.
I was about to say, I think we're going to get a bad one. I think we're going to get a bad Vision.
Yeah, because like there was the whole factor of like he was rebooted with chaos magic. Like the sword used the chaos magic in that plane thing to turn him on. So like having a chaos magic source, as we've seen with Wanda and with the whole Multiverse of Madness Darkhold thing, that probably invites you to some darker influence.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested to see how like his personality evolves in this series.
And that's a good point, because when you are flooded with memories the way he has, they're not organized. Like it's not just like the flashes of visuals that makes a memory. A memory has a physiological component. There's like a muscle memory that goes. There's a feeling. There's like a physical sensation in your gut, or like shame or pride or joy or something like that that makes your heart beat, and it's very specific cadence. Each memory is a little bit different, and White Vision doesn't have that. I think he needs to be taught how to sort and categorize all of his memories, and that's the Vision. That's a quest ahead of him. Is like he needs someone to help him figure out what order and priority these memories need to be sorted into.
And that someone should be the kid from Iron Man 3. Just kidding.
Can you imagine? Could you imagine if Riri Williams found White Vision and she's just like, holy shit, I can't, what are you? Get out of Chicago. Get out of here. What are you doing here?
Honestly, like I feel like White Vision should show up like in Ironheart in some capacity, or Armor Wars.
That would be sick if he just rips through the machinery or something.
Yeah, like he is a piece of Stark tech, so like you know, that's the relation there.
We're gonna keep talking about this with Simon Williams, but first, let's thank some friends who helped us make this episode. Helix Sleep. Sleep is important, and here at New Rockstars, we trust Helix to protect our sleep with the best mattresses in the world. I have a Helix mattress, as does MT. Recently, producer Zach and producer John also got Helix mattresses. Helix Sleep has a quiz that takes just 2 minutes to complete and matches your body type and your sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. Everybody's unique, and Helix knows that, so they have several different mattress models to choose from. They have soft, medium, and firm mattresses. Mattresses great for cooling you down if you sleep hot. Mattresses great for spinal alignment to prevent morning aches and pains, and even a Helix Plus mattress for plus-size sleepers. Producer John took the Helix quiz, and he was matched with a Helix Dusk mattress because he's a back sleeper and needed a memory foam mattress to provide the perfect amount of support to keep him sleeping through the night. Just go to helixsleep.com/InsideMarvel, take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a customized mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. They have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/InsideMarvel. We also want to thank Wondery for sponsoring this episode. Go deeper into the canals of Numenor and the mines of Khazad-dûm and more with the official Lord of the Rings of Power podcast. Host Felicia Day and several special guests provide an inside look at the groundbreaking series and what it took to bring Middle-earth to life. Each episode of the official podcast features exclusive interviews with the series showrunners J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay, including the very first full breakdown of the incredible season finale. Felicia goes behind the scenes with the cast and crew to bring you jaw-dropping stories and Easter eggs that you won't want to miss. Watch the Rings of Power on Prime Video and listen to all 8 episodes of the official Lord of the Rings of Power podcast for free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app now. All right, moving on to Wonder Man. Simon Williams confirmed to be played by Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, from such fame as the DC Cinematic Universe is, Black Manta, and he was in Watchmen on HBO. He's so good. Let's talk about Simon Williams, and because this guy has a lot of connections with this era of Red Vision turning into White Vision when Vision dies, right? Don't they use Simon Williams' brainwaves to reanimate Vision, and that's kind of the personality of Vision is Simon Williams in a way. Obviously, the MCU is going to go in a different way. Wonder Man's going to be a different entity than White Vision.
What do you mean? I want to see Paul Bettany act like a black man. Are you kidding me? Like that would be. I would pay twice.
No, Indy. No, please. Don't do that to Paul Bettany. Oh my God. But how do we think he's going to connect? So Simon Williams is an actor, like he's a stunt actor, specifically in Hollywood. It seems like it's going to be, I mean, my pitch for this in the past was it's going to be like Barry in the MCU. We're going to see Simon Williams going in on like auditions and things like that. He's going to team up with Ralph Boner. Like, I want these two to be roommates.
Honestly? Yeah. I don't know. A piece of me is like, what if they do change him up a little bit? I know that I'm sorry, I keep going back to the comics for this, but I like the idea that in the comics, White Vision went back to a scientist and got brainwaves from like their son. What if in this world, it's like we do make Wonder Man kind of a scientist or some sort of just smarter character? And
what are you talking about?
So
Stuntmen are very, very intelligent people.
No, I'm not shitting on stuntmen. Don't you put your words in my mouth. I'm not talking.
Invented the vaccine to COVID, so I don't want to hear anything. All right. Jeez.
Hey, I'm not. You guys are putting your words in my mouth.
We're sorry.
But I like the idea of him appearing in that sort of manner. Or maybe just being affected to the point where it's like, I felt something was going on here. But I think, which is, I know we got mad about Ralph Boner, but that seems like a more tee up for this character than my idea. Ralph Boner and him run into each other at auditions.
I would love that. I would honestly really love that.
I want the government to like recruit Simon Williams. Maybe he's like just an all-star stunt guy and he's just like super physical. He's got a real popular personality in the industry, and maybe he's even like a famous actor in Hollywood. And so they're using him to like do the voice, how they'll get actors to do like voice navigation for different apps. Like maybe there's some kind of company or a government service who wants to use Simon Williams' personality to recreate some kind of new synthezoid or something like that. And that's how he comes into conflict with like Paul Bettany. Like these two are different versions of Vision. And maybe there's like a Black Mirror or Untethered thing where he dies in a stunt accident and they use his consciousness and they implant it. And then he's like, I'm a synthezoid now? What the freaking hell? And then he's buddies with Vision.
I would love if they if Simon Williams was still an actor, but they used like the fact that he had powers to like play Vision in like movies, like the movies that Hollywood and the MCU was making of the Avengers. Like, hey, why don't you just be Vision? Because you can fly. You would save us a ton on CG. So like, just be Vision.
We haven't run into that, right? We haven't run into like, because in She-Hulk they really captured a lot of like superheroes do other things than be superheroes. So that could happen in Vision Quest, of him being introduced as an actor of Vision and just being hired to do double the work and being like, you're also the stuntman because you can do it. I guess my question is like, what connection does Wonder Man have to magic? Do we know any? All I know about Wonder Man is that he's very strong. He's in love with the Scarlet Witch, which clearly probably won't go in on this story in the MCU.
Well, like doesn't Simon Williams have a connection to Grim Reaper? Like his brother is the Grim Reaper. Am I wrong?
Yeah, he is related to someone mystical. Right. That is true. But then they'd have to bring in two characters.
Yeah, I don't think Wonder Man is going to get super mystical or anything. And I honestly think that the connection between Wonder Man and Vision was one of those like weird like comic book like, we're just going to write this like we just want to bring Vision back. So like, let's use his brainwaves. I don't think that they're going to really connect the two characters at all, other than like, maybe a wink and a nod reference like, me and Vision are connected. It's like, I don't think it's going to be anything substantial in the MCU, though I would love to see it.
You know what? Which I don't know if they would do this. I don't know what they would do this. But we do know that he is also in the Candyman, married to Tiana Paris. And what if he's shown up and he's there and he has to fight Monica and then they fall in love? Just banking on something. And maybe it is they hire him to fight like someone in Agatha House of Harkness because they don't have anyone. And Wonder Man is definitely a tee up for like any government of being like, hey, I'm not gonna call upon this guy that did a public execution in the freaking Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What's his name? Johnny Mayonnaise. So we're gonna call upon another dude, and it's Wonder Man. Maybe that could be it, or maybe he is gonna fall in love with Tiana Paris. I'm just saying they've already done it once. Might as well do it again.
What's it called? I think Wonder Man and Captain Marvel dated at one point in the Marvel comics, if I'm not
He was dating everybody.
mistaken. So like it's true.
dating everybody.
Wonder Man's kind of a hoe, but like I would love to see Wonder Man just like I don't know, like him and Carol like maybe have a past together. Maybe like some I don't know because like they're both super powered people. Like he's one of the strongest people in Marvel. So like I don't know. Like I'm just wondering how they're going to portray this character in his own show. Because he was sort of like an asshole in his own way. So like I'm really interested to see how they do that. But anyway.
Well, either way, amazing casting. I mean, God, Sarah Haley Finn. She is the wonder of the MCU.
Literally
right?
the queen of casting. She does no wrong at any point in her career. She has done no wrong.
I'm trying to think. Some of the we're also married to the current casting of the MCU. Has there been any instance where we're like, really, they could have done better than that person in that role? I don't think none of us are willing to.
Honestly, you really want to know mine? You want to know mine?
Yeah,
and it's just, it's only out of like bitterness. It is not out of anything else. Charlize Theron is Clea.
Oh, yeah?
I genuinely was like...
I liked it. I think it fits.
The thing is, I think it's fine. But there are so many blonde women in Hollywood you could have chose from that I haven't seen. Or I've seen very little of. And so that's why I was like, I've seen Charlize Theron in everything since I've been born. I mean, yeah, she fits well with Doctor Strange. I'm sure they put them next to each other and was like, can we see them be these two married? But I'm like, I was like, Charlize, get the hell out of here. I was like, get out. I was like, I'm so tired of seeing you everywhere, girl. Oh, but it was fine. It's fine. I haven't seen her as Clea yet, so I can't get too irritated. Yeah. And she's a good actress, so it's not like I'm gonna hate the acting.
Yeah, no, like usually, like I'm happy with like all the choices that Sarah has made, but like honestly, I think I would recast Jane Foster. Like I love Natalie Portman; she's a fantastic actress.
Oh,
but like,
why?
I feel like Jane Foster, considering like she does inherit the role of Thor. I think that maybe somebody different might have. I don't know. Like I just feel like
I'm walking
Natalie
out of this
Portman
conversation.
could have like fit somewhere else in the MCU, maybe as a different hero. But like I just think that the whole Jane Foster character, I don't know. Maybe take this out.
I love
I
Natalie.
don't mean to be mean.
No,
I love
it's
it's
fine. Let's get tough on it. Okay, I'll throw a really tough one in here, and it's hard because I really love this actor. We might have had a better Doctor Strange out there than Benedict Cumberbatch. Benedict Cumberbatch is fantastic.
That's given.
He is fantastic in this role, and he all makes sense in our heads. But I'm just saying, there are other Hollywood kind of got really excited by Benedict Cumberbatch, and I don't know if he brought anything new to it, to be honest.
I agree. I think we're just now Doctor Strange is Benedict, and Benedict is Doctor Strange. But I also think there are a handful of men that could have taken that role as well, and I'm like,
Keanu Reeves.
I mean, he's
Reeves
fine.
would have
He's
made
good.
a pretty amazing Doctor Strange, if you ask me.
That's the thing though, is Keanu or Doctor Strange plays different thing than Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, because we know Iron Man is so egotistical and all this stuff. So it's Robert Downey Jr. plays that very well. Doctor Strange doesn't really have too much emotion to be tossing out. So I'm like, how are you going to change this role up?
I had a whole conversation with some friends. We're going to wrap up real quick. But I think the way Benedict has been doing Doctor Strange is basically the way Robert Downey Jr. has been doing Iron Man. He's just kind of a smart ass. He's going to be the smartest one in the room. I think he's doing an impression of Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark. Whereas Doctor Strange in the comics, he is this guy who has this connection with the mystical world. And he's I haven't really seen true awe from Stephen Strange in the MCU. AWE. It is a profound emotion where you are able to experience something that shatters your paradigm of what you previously thought to be true, and you're mourning the death of that old paradigm. So there's tears rolling down your cheeks. Your mind is being blown. And maybe it's just the way these movies are made. It's hard for anyone to look at a green screen set and be like, I understand what I'm looking at right now. But I think Keanu Reeves, that guy knows awe. Look at him in the Matrix movies. So much of that story is just in his eyes and his expressions as he's just like, what the hell am I looking at right now? And we connect with him. And I think we need that with Doctor Strange a little bit. I don't know if Benedict has given it to us. He has sometimes. I'm being hard on him. I can probably point to specific moments where I was like, all right, Benedict nailed that moment, but it's hard. It's a hard character to play.
So attracted to Benedict Cumberbatch that I look past everything.
Me too. I think he's won us over just with his little charms. It's just other actors work really, really hard to win us over. And he doesn't have to work as hard because he's that good.
Also, I'm waiting. I don't know if she wants to be. I'm waiting for them to cast Keira Knightley in the MCU because they are best friends in real life. And I think on screen they would also make that play really well because they've been in like 2 movies together. So cast Keira Knightley, hurry up.
Oh, you know, we overlooked Rachel McAdams probably miscast as Christine Palmer, right?
Oh, we will talk about this offline.
Yeah, we'll take it
offline.
Nothing against Rachel McAdams. I think she's great. But I don't know if that's... Anyway, this is a very mean segment of, like... But this is why, you know, none of us
Who do we want out of the MC? No. Like, we love all these actors.
Yeah,
and, like,
I mean, they all did the best
job,
with what they were
like,
given.
totally
You know,
fine.
no one has really freaking biffed it, I think we can say. We can agree. I don't know.
Yeah, 100.
Your mileage may vary, I suppose, but we'll leave it there for this episode of Inside Marvel. You can follow me at Erik Voss, follow Jessica at Lulu_Clemons, follow MT at Mastertainment. Subscribe to Inside Marvel wherever you get your podcast. Hey, once we all see Black Panther Wakanda Forever in a couple weeks, we're going to do a whole discussion on that, and then we're going to rank all the Phase 4 movies, but we have to all see it first. So that episode is coming up. Brace for it. It's going to be fun. It's going to get nasty. Because Phase 4, mixed bag. But hey, thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.